Do we have permission from them?
No.
Okay. Oh well.
Uh, hit me down with a stanky beat.
I don't feel like it.
Yo 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 yo, what's up? My name is
I'm glad you went
uh
with it.
is uh wait
I'm Long John.
Torx Bit Screwdriver, and joining me as
Oh.
always is Flathead. Flathead, how are you doing today?
Wait, no, there was a thing we were supposed to call it ourselves. It was the Stick Johnson or something
Did we?
from Strong Bad, the thing that Coach
Oh yeah, I forgot what that's the stick's name. That stick's name was.
Stickball Johnson. There we go. I was supposed to be Stickball Johnson. Anyway, yeah. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Stickball Johnson. um, and yeah, today is the 6/16, and we're on episode 17. Happy Father's Day. If it's still Father's Day, it won't be Father's Day when this comes up, but you know.
There's 40 more minutes of Father's Day here in this podcast.
We get a little more on the West Coast, but you know, it's still there. So yeah, it was E3. We're gonna get into that later on in the podcast. But we're gonna start off with our weeks.
Before we start off with our weeks, I just had a brilliant idea. Are you ready for this?
Title T.
Nope, it's Behold. But I need a bad font.
Can you do Webdings?
I don't think that would work.
Can you do what's that one with like the edges? The
there we go.
Edges?
PlayStation
Not
2
bad
Metal
font, but I mean.
No, but it's so hard to read. Like, there we go. It's perfect. It's 10 out of 10.
It's actually 6, 16, 19.
Whatever.
All right. Well, yeah, we both had a good amount of week, I think. Right?
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely. Sorry. I'm getting situated here. Yeah,
I think you should go first because I didn't really celebrate Father's Day today. We're probably gonna do it later because you know my dad is like, "Oh, it's gonna be busy. Let's not do it today." I was like, "Okay."
all right. So yeah, it's been a different week. I'd like to first start off with saying that, excitingly, I have edited everything that I need to up to this point. There's nothing to edit, like, as far as taking content from videos until probably Wednesday.
Woo!
So for the next 2 days, it'll be like, wow, I had nothing to do. Except I gotta edit Metal Gear Solid 4. And then as soon as I'm done with that,
That'll be a trial.
Well, I don't think so, because, like, I'm done with, like, pulling all the content that I want to pull. So it's just like, okay, here's all the good stuff I've already done. I just gotta go through and be like, all right, do this, do that, do this, do that. So
Right. Okay.
this week we had a couple of different. We played 2 new games. We played some Lumino City, which I thought was a blast. We also played American Truck Simulator, which I think most people thought was interesting.
I think I'd flip that. I think a lot of people really enjoyed Truck Simulator, but not so much Lumino, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Lumino was too relaxing,
yeah.
but
I think it's also because there's I mentioned this before during the stream, but like there's a lot of points where since it's a trial and error puzzle, it's just you kind of finagling with the thing, not saying anything.
Yeah.
So I mean, as a child, I was like, oh, you know, the game looks fun, but I mean, as a streaming, viewer thing, it was just okay. But I think the highlight video will pull out the really fun things about that game and stream.
Yeah, for sure. We also finally changed the previously titled FTL Fridays to Roguelike Fridays. It is Rogue-like, according to Steam, so I'm going to go roll with that. And as well as it saves me a whole pile of editing as I don't have to edit something later.
Right. So you're not going to upload them?
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. We're getting there.
Oh, wait, you are going to upload them?
What?
The
no. I'm talking about the other project.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what that is.
Project BRB.
Oh, okay. I know what he's talking about. It's secret, which might be discussed now soon.
Not yet.
Okay, not yet.
Actually, I mean, it's not really all that exciting. There's a new BRB screen coming. I designed it all. Me. No speed.
I
Me.
helped with one thing
Yeah.
actually.
He was like, he was gonna like freak out if he didn't fix it.
There's this thing that he like squished, and he was like, "Oh, look at all this work I gotta do. I gotta extend this thing." And I was like, "But I got the elements separate." And he was like, "You don't understand speed." And then I showed it to him, and I was like, "Oh, I see. Good." Cole's going on hiatus again?
No.
He's not BRBing,
Yeah.
as in BRBing from streaming. Okay, continue on, boss.
So yeah, and with that we rebooted Splunky again, which actually everybody really enjoyed.
It went well. I think you did get at least a good distance in. Like sometimes you just don't reach the ice cavern.
Yeah. Well, the problem is like I mean, like the thing is I could go and just kind of play it as safe as possible, which I think is how I beat the game the first time around. Is that instead of just trying to get treasure, I was like, I'm just gonna speed run and focus to get to the end. But sometimes, especially with those one-hit deaths, it's like, well, nothing you really could do sometimes about that. Or especially like in the worm, those few times where it's like, I need to jump down there, and I jump down and it's like, oh, there's the monkey that's gonna fling me somewhere completely different. So.
Did you do the worm at all last time you played?
No, this is the first time I did it. I was like, let's go to the worm. I beat the game. Let's explore.
I think beating the worm would be an interesting approach to going through it. Like going through, doing the new things.
Yeah.
Like a heck. I think you did that last time.
The heck is, that's a rite of passage, I think. If I beat heck, Troy would cry probably.
That means you just super beat Spelunky.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But there's other things you're gonna play on roguelike in the future too now, because I mean,
yes,
you just did Spelunky, so like in the future you're gonna do Death Road and
yep, Oregon Trail will probably return at some point. I have Rogue Legacy.
Right. We were talking about it.
There's been a lot of talk of me grabbing Crypt of the Necrodancer. I'm really close to just having enough cash to do it.
Right.
So I might grab that soon as well, just to add something.
And there's other like great games too. Like I know there's Blazing Beaks. There's Enter the Gungeon, Nuclear Throne. Those things could just be added on top of it. So there's a lot of variety that could be put on here.
It's just a matter. It's just a matter of owning all the games to add them into Roguelike Friday.
There was the first mystery dungeon is a really big roguelike. And
Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, Binding of Isaac would work too. But I didn't mention it because you voiced your displeasure the first time around.
Yeah.
Well, I think you'll give it another shot, so then you'll have a new opinion.
Yeah, at some point.
Ooh.
But yeah, so we're getting a really good method into the Carl101 show that I think everybody's really enjoying. The beating one game a week thing, I'm actually having a lot of fun with that.
Right.
Final Station was a blast to play. After sitting on it, like not playing it for a while now, I realized that, man, that was a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, I as a viewer, it looked really fun. And it was probably the biggest game I was like, oh man, this would be fun to grab out of the recent like one-off or like short streams that you've been doing.
Yeah.
How interested are you in Crypt of the Necrodancer? Last evening.
I'm kind of interested. I will probably grab it probably soonish. I have literally $2.50 in Steam credit of the $2.99.
It's on sale, right?
Yeah, so we've been exploring more so with the chat bot. My God. To do exciting things, and one of the exciting things is that you can also, or I can now just load up preset polls instead of having to go like through straw poll and just type them out. So that being said, go ahead and vote on the next game to be played during this week. Choices are Braid, Limbo, Breath of Death 7, or Ace of Seafood.
So this can also be a way to announce the podcast. It's also a way you can announce like games that are coming up in the future, which is pretty cool. I'm a vote. I don't know. I'm gonna say Limbo might be really fun. Vote 1. There you go. I was just messing around voting for 4. Braid, I wasn't a fan of Braid, so I wouldn't vote for that. Death of Death, I haven't heard any of those other 3.
Ace, you should watch a trailer on Ace of Seafood.
Is that the one where you fight each other as a fish?
Yeah, with lasers and stuff.
Okay, I know it then. Man, I should have voted for that. Darn it. Oh well. Well, Limbo's still a good, viewing experience, I think.
Oh man, what happened? Oh no, we got 2 for Limbo and 1 for Ace of Seafood.
Well, Ace of Seafood can come back in the future poll.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's keep going, and then we'll mention that.
Yeah. With YouTube, I think has been picking up a little steam. Not super steam or anything like that, but just it's been kind of nice getting that channel going back up into happiness. With the next 2 days of me not really having to edit much of anything, I'm hoping to work on music.
Oh, music, right? The degree.
I've spent the past few days just grinding out tuba to like a really awful amount, like sitting there just like going between 2 notes and trying to like more so like ba da
ba da.
And
see, I can play tuba.
but no, but just like going back and making sure that those 2 notes sound perfect.
Are solid.
Yeah, when they're played in conjunction with each other.
I can see that like brass instruments are probably the biggest investment, at least because breath is involved. So
yeah,
I can see it being one of the more tiring instruments, at least. I think drumming would be the most intensive, though. At least.
Well, I've also been doing some drumming too, just to I use it right now. I've just been doing it more as a workout. But
you getting those gains, bruh?
Yeah, dude, I'm getting those games, bruh.
Yeah, we'll talk about our protein sponsorship later. Anyway.
No, games, as in Evie just gifted me Krypton the Necrodancer, so now that's been just added. Except I declined it.
Ooh, big. So it seems like Limbo is going to be the game that's going to be played for. It's one-off Wednesday, right?
No, this is going to be for.
Oh right, Limbo's a little longer than that.
on Tuesday, Thursday. So there'll hopefully be 2.
Streamers streams.
Yeah, 2 whatever you call them sessions. That's what I'm thinking of.
And speaking of those, you really haven't had you haven't been hitting Kingdom Hearts lately.
Yeah, we'll definitely hit Kingdom Hearts this week. I honestly, I can't speak. I'm like too out of it.
Because it's Atlantica, isn't it?
No, honestly, the reason why I didn't want to stream Kingdom Hearts last week was number one, I wasn't feeling all the greatest. Especially on Thursday, it was pretty rough for that Mario Maker stream. I apologize for you guys watching that, but I wanted to get something for you guys. But I figured out what I could do to make myself feel a little bit better for the most part, and then unfortunately that means having to ridiculously change my diet and degrees of me not being happy. But I got to do what I got to do.
Don't be drastic with your diet though, or else problems will arise. You got to integrate it slowly.
Well, I mean, it's not some
bro.
I'm not talking about like physical diet. I'm talking about like having to just change what I eat.
Yeah, that's still what I mean. So, both still require a good amount of transitioning.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that I'm not going to change how much I eat. I'm just going to change what I eat. So, like dropping milk, I think unfortunately, like I'm going to have to drink at the maximum a cup of milk a day, and that's it. Because I don't think.
How much do you drink off typically?
If I had the option, I would drink a gallon a day.
Oh no!
But
there's a lot of fat in there.
But I don't. I used to drink a lot during college.
Really? I didn't think that milk was the college drink.
I mean,
that's a lot of milk. That's impressive.
Look, it's kind of funny. I'd come home from Walmart with 4 gallons in my hand.
Right.
And I'd be like, well, here's 4 days. Yeah.
So you're the Burger King and you're the Dairy Queen. I'm the king of sales. I got it back.
Oh God, no! That's awful.
Awful. Hey man, I'm not the one drinking a gallon of milk a day.
What was I talking about? Why did I get? Oh, and the other reason why I didn't want to do Kingdom Hearts last week is because I had to edit all of it. I edited all of Kingdom Hearts Friday. No, yesterday. Like from all 10 hours of it.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't want to add more to this until I'm like caught up. So now that I'm nicely caught up, I can just keep going with it.
You're making me feel bad because I hinted at it and I said it a little, but I'm working on highlights finally.
Dude, he sent me a video and I watched it like 10 times because it was just that funny.
Is it possible to show it on stream right now just for like?
No man, no.
Okay, we gotta hide it. We gotta hide it. But I'm actually gonna add a voiceover to that, Carl. So it's gonna be more intensive. Because the Speedy Sundays are a lot shorter. I think at least I have the justice of putting a lot of like editing on them because they're gonna be about 15 minutes each, depending on what stream I'm gonna highlight.
Yeah.
But I mean, Carl's kicking out all these like big highlights, and I'm here like, you know, pulling out the ruler, measuring out each centimeter, you know, stuff like that. And welcome, Twisted. But that'll come out. I think I'm planning on finishing it Monday. But and I'll send it to Carl, and then he could decide when to upload it.
But with all the highlights, I've heard nothing but great things from all you guys. So I just wanted to thank you for watching them, enjoying them, and make sure to smash that like button.
Well, if you say so.
We should make a video of us actually smashing a like button.
You're telling me to make a like button just to break it.
Yeah.
How much effort I gotta do for these commercials? I'm already going out in a full suit, being creepy in my backyard. I gotta go in the workshop with a molding thing, you know, and break it. Maybe we'll make it. Oh, I got an idea that won't cost me money. Expect that in the future if Carl reminds me that it's a thing that would be a funny idea or something. So what else happened in your week besides editing and highlighting and all that and working on music?
That's about it really, is other than just being kind of sick throughout the week.
You didn't do anything today?
Today we did I went to Steak and Shake and I played some board games. And then I ate some more food and we watched the season finale of the Grand Tour.
Oh, I've yet to watch any of it.
And
because it's on Amazon now. But I mean, there's other ways to watch it.
And that's it. That's all.
What board games though?
We played
Risk.
We played Catan and we played Pictionary.
Oh, okay. Those are solid. Johnny's more and more like, oh man, well, Kevin, you played Catan. We should get it? And it's like, well, I'm not paying for it. You're paying for it. It's
dude,
like,
it's expensive if I remember correctly.
It's 40 plus, I think.
Yeah.
And then the expansion is like another 20.
Not okay for how expensive it is.
Okay. Well, I'll quickly go over my week. Got the crowns in my teeth. They I don't feel them anymore. Except the right one kind of wakes me up sometimes. But I mean, what can you do? They feel good though. I
Yeah. Bruh.
I'm still worried. I'm still scared though. After I put them in, I know that I could eat with both because the concrete's in there, the cement rather. Concrete, that'd be bad. But it's like I keep eating on one side of the mouth. I'm scared to eat on both. But well, besides sorry,
I forgot to change the. We're still playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Oh. I'll just keep going.
Yeah, go for it.
It was another graduation. I didn't attend it, but I attended the after party. So their parents rented out this big like room thing, you know, and it was at this thing called Taps Fish and Brewery, and man, it was a nice area. It's in Corona, in California, so it's in SoCal region, and it just looked really nice. It's one of those nice areas. It's like one of those mall things. And boy, I ate. They had this. What did they have? They had clam chowder. They had Caesar salad. They had bread.
Bread.
And then you could have these 3 entrees. I went with the sirloin steak. And boy, the steak was small, but it was still good steak. Let me tell you.
Oh, that's sinful.
That's sinful. They also had chicken and what else? It was a pasta. I don't remember what it's called. It has like shrimp and stuff. And then they had this custard too. It was creme brulee, and I was like, mmm. And then we all just had a good time. But apparently, so his mom went up to the middle of the room, when we came in early, we were there early, and she talked to us, and she was like, "Oh yeah, there's a fight that happened at the graduation parking lot." Because they wanted pictures of their children, so they started punching each other.
What?
Then they could, have that area to have the pictures or something. I don't know. It sounded crazy. Like, but the thing is, she wasn't clear if it was like just outside the restaurant or like at the venue. But like, even my friend who graduated didn't know it happened, so I'm not sure what exactly happened there. But But I mean, yeah, I had a good time yesterday. That was yesterday, I should have mentioned. And then today I didn't do anything for Father's Day. We're probably gonna do something. Oh, but I bought my dad. He likes the garden, so we bought him like these 2 funky looking succulents that I don't think are in the backyard. Like it's like this flat thing. It looks weird. And he's like, "Oh, my son, this is good looking. I like it. It's weird." And he took it. So that's what we call a success, folks. I didn't do anything else much this week. I don't think I even played anything. Oh no, I beat the Silver Case.
The Silver Case?
Yeah, it's the kind of visual novel thriller game I was talking about a while ago. And we just bought the sequel, and we were playing it, and we're even more confused than we were in the previous edition.
Oh, so it's Metal Gear Solid.
The 25th board. Oh man, Metal Gear Solid wishes it was this confusing.
So it's Kingdom Hearts. Let
me explain a little bit of it. There's this person who committed all these murders, right? And it's like the whole story surrounds not that the antagonist, but their being, the entity of them being like this deity to like these citizens. It gets weird, man.
So, but is it as confusing as Grudge Warriors for PlayStation 1?
I don't even know what that is, so I mean...
It's the only game on my backlog that has a 1-star rating.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just really... It throws a lot of things at you, and then I'm like trying to pick up the pieces, and it's like the net has too many holes. You can't catch all the sand when you have a net for fishing. It's crazy. But I mean, I enjoy it. It's up my alley. I don't think it'd be up. It depends on the person. You have to be into it, and it's a thriller too, so there are little spooks here and there. But basically, you play as like this. There's I can't even explain who you play as. You're this mute guy who kind of got psychologically scarred by witnessing the murderer guy, and now you work in this heinous crimes division where their entire goal is to clean up crime, as in like erase it from people's existences, memories. And oh man, I can't get into it during this whole podcast. We don't have enough time. But I'm enjoying it. That's the important part. The sequel is a little weirder though, in that I don't know if I'm enjoying it too much yet. Like the first one is like, oh yeah, this is weird. I'm in. This one is like, I'm weird and I don't know what's going on, man.
The fans wanted me, and I exist now, except I don't know what I am.
That's the story. Well, but you don't play as the murderer. But okay, well that's okay. My own streaming week. I did a little more Game Dev Tycoon. That was fun. I revealed the game. I revealed the speed game for the E3 conference. I don't know if you saw that, Carl. Did you?
The Steam game.
The speed game.
I did watch that.
that was stupid. I thought of it last minute, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do nonsense, and then yeah, I did nonsense. Um, then we did more Star Allies. That was pretty fun. And then I did more Rune Factory, and then I had the teeth, so I didn't do White Mage, but we're almost done with that. 2 more streams.
You hope.
And that's it. That's it. That's the streaming week. Oh, I did Mario Paint. What am I thinking? Yeah, I did Mario Paint. I painted a cookie.
Oh yeah, you did. That was a good looking cookie, and then you
Thank
drew a
you.
river over it.
and some greenery, a little landscaping. Okay, that was my week. So I'm still thinking about like the problem with the Silver Case is that I play it before the stream starts. So I have all these questions in my head that I have to put away for for 4 hours, and I could go think about it while crying myself to sleep. Yeah, that's Suda for you. I mean, Killer 7's confusing too, and that's probably the more popular game. But yeah, that's my week. Let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. So it is now the E3 is finally over. I think. I don't think they're doing anything else over in California now. A lot of stuff has been announced. Let's start with Sony.
Wait. So sorry.
Yeah.
Good
job,
I
Tony.
realize it's a podcast. Maybe we shouldn't just go silent for like 15 seconds. I was gonna mention though, how are we going about this? Because I actually have a list here of the games that I was interested in. Are you just gonna go over each game or what?
I don't have a list at all. So if you would like to start with the list of stuff that you would like to talk about, by all means.
All right. Well, I have how many count? Let me count real quick. One. So then people know how many games I'm into. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I have 22 games that I've been interested in or have notes on.
That's a lot.
It was,
I have 0.
I know. I just want to mention, like, I was thinking why I wouldn't do reaction videos for like E3. You know how a lot of people do like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stream my reactions to the conference and all. I think it just because there's a lot of times where it's like I'm clearly not into the thing, but I don't want to say that because that's rude to the people who are interested into it. So like I can't just be there like not saying anything. Like I can't just say, oh, I'm not interested in this. That's stupid. But there's a lot of things where it's like, I'm not into it, but I'm glad people are, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's my approach, at least, because I think I would offer at least some reaction. But I mean, I also have a lot of things where I'm like indifferent about it.
I don't know. Well, we can't be entitled to like everything that gets shown in E3.
Yeah.
So
Obviously, and I think if you have thing that you don't like, you should be able to speak your mind about it, but not be rude about it too, mind you. But like I don't know, there's just a lot of things where it's like, this is not interesting to me, but I don't think it matters if I voice that as a reaction. Like, oh, Gears of War 5, I didn't really play any of them. Good. Oh man, I got sub to this guy.
Where's Speed Slasher? I gotta go sub right now. I gotta smash that like button. All right. Well, anyways, let's get to it. What do you got, man? Lay it on us.
So I went in order from that. So we're using the E3 recap website, which is a really good thing if you don't watch the conferences. And also, the reason why I don't want to do reactions, I don't want to be sitting there for 22 hours each conference. That's why Nintendo's just like, boom. The first game I have here is actually Blasphemous, because I followed the Kickstarter around 2017 and I completely forgot about it. It's that like Metroidvania kind of game with the guy with the cone for a head. You seen it?
No.
No, it's there. So start at 8 and then But anyway,
like
it's kind of like yeah, and then you kind of scroll up and then.
You're talking about the one in the top right corner?
Yeah.
Just say the name of the game, darn it.
I just said it. Blasphemous.
Oh, that. Oh,
You thought I was like, oh, my option is blasphemous.
yeah, that's literally what I thought.
No, it's the name of the game. It
Oh,
came out.
okay.
It was announced as a Kickstarter 2017, like May, I think.
All right, what
And like I was following it loosely until like they just went boom, ba boom. Here it is. Look, game. And it's like, this is game.
what page is it on here?
I don't know. I thought it was like 7.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
But I mean, it looks pretty good. I like the animations. It has a really good like impact when you get hit and stuff. It's a little more slow paced, so it's kind of like I hate saying this, but it is kind of like Dark Souls in that your approach has to be a little more methodical than like Bloodborne. But I mean, I consider me interested. The gameplay kind of sold me on it a little more than the initial like reveal of it. Carl? Okay.
I got nothing because I don't remember seeing this game. Which conference was it even at? Was it just outside of the conferences?
I thought it was maybe it was, but I thought it was Microsoft's.
It's possible it was Microsoft's, and I just was looking away.
Well, I'm going. Well, anyway, I'm going through it from that page, so this might be out of order, especially because the next one I have is something you could probably talk about: Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Sure, I can talk a little bit about that.
Like what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, it's a Pokemon game. I'm gonna get it at some point and play it. It's just like Sun and Moon, it'll be acquired.
Right.
I'm not like super, oh my god, I have to play this kind of mood, but it's definitely something that's like, I know I'm not gonna hate it for sure. I know that's gonna be it's gonna be enjoyable. A lot of people are talking about the dislike of there not being a national dex.
Yeah, I didn't really look into that though. So is the big stink that you can't bring over other Pokemon besides Galar region?
Yeah, see, I don't. The national dex I always thought was kind of a weird thing in itself because you don't really get the national dex until either really late in the game or after you beat the technical game.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much I see the necessity. I guess if they're trying to keep Pokemon within a region just together, I can kind of understand it. I think I would understand it more if they kind of just had like more of a kind of like a Pokemon Stadium game alongside the main story games, so that like that has a national dex in a sense. I mean, I know a lot of people are super into trying to 100% the national dex of each after generation. So
I thought I read that they were going to add it so it's like 3 months after they'll allow the national dex. I don't know how that's working though. I didn't really read into that, so I'm just giving conjecture. But aside from the dex itself, focusing on the game, I think the Pokemon they revealed, I think they have some pretty good designs there already. Like, I really like Corviknight and was it Wooloo?
See, I've been kind of keeping myself out of the loop with what new Pokemon, because I don't know. I feel like that's one of the last few fun things to enjoy.
That's why I just gave you the names.
Yeah, like I mean, I know there's a Sword and Shield Pokemon apparently. That's all I need to know for now, I guess, and the starters, which.
I know. I think people also yapped about this, but I really do think I do agree that the animations could be a little better. Like I saw a little gameplay and Scorbunny did like double kick and then that didn't even kick. So I mean,
there's no animation like move animation at all.
I'd like to think that that's either a thing they're going to add in the future or something, because it's still just a demo. But I mean, it's I think animations are pretty important. So then you can feel the impact of the moves, even though. At times, they're like if I'm rushing through a game, I'll turn off animations. I don't know if they turned off animations though. And for that like gameplay footage I saw. But anyway, I do think that they can still tighten it up for its release in November. I'm still excited about it to a degree. My question is though, it's me and my sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
One Switch. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a punch amount.
Why
Because
don't you
she's like,
battle
oh
for
yeah,
it
I'm getting
in,
sword, and it's like, oh,
why don't you battle for it in Star Allies?
why don't we battle for it in Pokemon? That's the smooth move. But yeah, I didn't really look into these like complaints too well. So I mean, they're just things I noticed. Because I wrote down here the national dex thing
Yeah.
as I thought they were adding it later, but I don't know. Okay, well, what else is there? Now, cyberpunk,
Puck.
cyberpunk. I messed that up. At least I didn't say a bad word, but it sounded like one. I'm not as excited as like Johnny's like, oh, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I wasn't all that. I mean, it was kind of weird to see Keanu Reeves on the E3 stage. He was super apparently excited to be there. He built up the hype that needed to be, but like it's one of those. It's one of those games where it's kind of unlike the Assassin's Creed / Watch Dogs kind of side of it all, where it's like I'm excited for it, but not like excited for it, but I am kind of excited for it. But as soon as it gets delivered in my hands and into my console, then I'll finally be excited for it. But until then, it's a new game coming out. I'll acquire it at some point.
I think Johnny's gonna pick it up, so I'm probably just gonna borrow it from him. That's how I am with a lot of modern games lately. It's like, oh, if it's coming out, Johnny's probably gonna get it because he's into these bigger AAA titles than I am typically.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. I saw the gameplay, and they showed that you could have non-binary choices for your character, and I was like, ooh, that's pretty cool. Right?
I don't know. Just it looked interesting.
Okay.
Super exciting. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that they that's probably one of the few games where it's like, oh, you could pick, more than just guy or gal. You could be, transgender, and I think, oh, that's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here. Let me know when you want to chime in with a game you're interested in, Carl.
We could talk about. Okay, so let's talk about something really completely off the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Looks gorgeous, and that's the only thing that caught my attention out of that whole entire demo that I watched. I was like, wow, dang, look at those planes flying all over the place. Man, look at those graphics, and then that was it. But I figure I might as well give that some attention as to why I had any sort of interest whatsoever.
That makes me just want to pick up Ace Combat 7 more. I just missed out on that bus. I'm like, oh man, they have a JPEG dog.
Did you watch Battletoads at all?
No.
Oh, okay. So
fill me in, because it seems like no one's interested in it.
That's what I kind of felt.
The style.
So it is being produced by Rare. This is the new Battletoads game finally coming out after I don't even know how many years now.
Wait, they brought Rare out of the gulag for
yeah. to make Battletoads.
Dungeons.
Okay. To make Battletoads and then sell Banjo-Kazooie's soul to Smash Brothers.
Yeah, which we'll talk about later.
So, my only issue is that like the original Battletoads looked a little more kind of, I don't know if I want to say darker. This one looks kind of really goofy, and really colorful, like a little too colorful,
like too vibrant styled.
Yeah. So I mean, that could be good or bad. I don't know. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt for sure until I play it. But yeah, new Battletoads, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those ones that I don't know if there's an audience. So it's like, yeah, I really want the new Battletoads.
There's a quiet audience. This is the kind of thing where it's like I don't think a lot of people were super excited to see it at the Microsoft press conference. It was just kind of there, and people were like, yeah, and that was about it.
I'm looking up a picture right now, by the way, just so I could...
Well, like, on the website here that we're looking at, like, it's super pink and, like, happy looking for a Battletoads game.
Oh, it's got, like, I thought it was a 3D game. It's hand-drawn?
No. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's definitely a 2D fighter, or beat 'em up. Which is the right. I think it's the right move for them to do if they're gonna come back with Battletoads.
I just think that, yeah, I guess it just needs like what do you call it? Needs a little lighting. I think a little, just a little tightening up maybe. I don't know, I guess it is a little too. It's hard to say goofy because I mean you could turn into a you could turn into a weight bell thing in Battletoads and your fist can become huge, but you know
Yeah.
I guess if they couldn't really go 3D, so that's probably why I'm just indifferent about it. I don't know. The style doesn't just grab me like Cuphead did. Cuphead was like, cool. They probably spent like years on this, and
Which
then they're making a
still have,
DLC.
which I still have yet to play and own.
At least it's on the Switch now
Yeah,
or soon. I don't
that's
remember if it's out.
that is true. But will I get
All
it? I
right.
don't know.
What else? I don't know if I skip anything. Well, was Halo after this or before? Well, anyway, want to talk about Halo?
We could talk.
So you're a bigger Halo fan than I am.
Did you watch anything on the Halo trailer?
No. I saw like a picture, I think.
So everybody's biggest complaints about Halo so far are actually with both trailers that they showed last year and this year, and that's there was no gameplay whatsoever.
Okay, I remember that.
The biggest thing is that it's being designed for their new console, the Scarlet or whatever it's gonna be called afterwards, the Xbox Two.
The Xbox Two.
So, they're really hesitant to really. I think they just kind of realized when they showed it in 2018 that it was like this is too early, but
Right.
It's gonna launch with the new console, which is probably the right move. Having a new Halo game on a new Xbox is probably correct of an idea.
It seems like reception about the new console is a bit better than I anticipated it being. Like it's supposed to have extreme compatibility with old games, right?
I guess I've never fully understood how they go about that when they say compatible, because to me compatible means I can throw an Xbox disc in there and it's gonna work. I don't know if that's really the case. Sounds kind of like it
seems
could be
like
the case.
it, but we'll have to see it because like we don't really know too much about it. It's like how we don't really know much about the PS5.
Yeah.
It has ray tracing or something.
But yeah, the new Halo story looks it looks better than 5, that's for sure. 5 was.
What do you mean?
5 was just dumb. I played through 5 and I was like, I hated this. Like.
Oh wait, no. Oh sorry, I forgot the new one's Halo Infinite. Oops.
Yeah, Halo 6, if you will. Yeah, Halo 5 Guardians was I thought a big. I didn't play any multiplayer on Guardians because it's all single player, like, and you can only play online. So I'm hoping they've remedied that situation and make it multiplayer or split screen again.
Yeah, I didn't really hear a big noise about Halo 5. And in that, I also just forgot that it came out.
Well, the thing is that like the story between Halo 1 and 4, I thought Halo 4 ended really perfectly, and then they were like 5 and 6, and then 5 showed up and was like, all right, well, I guess this is one way to extend this stupid part of the story in a sense, and Spartan Locke is here too. Nobody cares. He's there. Yeah. And like every time we got to play as the Master Chief, it was like, oh my god, I get to play as okay, Spartan Locke again. So, but I'm hoping they just get rid of Locke altogether and just make it so you play as the Master Chief the whole game again.
I even know who Locke is, man. That's how far out I'm.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when they did it in Halo 2 with the Arbiter, it was like, all right, this it was fun to play as the Arbiter. Everybody enjoyed the Arbiter, but
he sounds like this, the Arbiter,
yeah,
right?
Dude, the Arbiter is cool. He's got that deep, low voice, and he's knowledgeable, and he kills everybody.
I knew he had a deep. I thought he had a deep voice. I thought it was raspy. I forgot.
And it was fun. I enjoyed the Arbiter, but I did not enjoy Locke. Locke was just there, and I didn't think he added anything.
Yeah, that's the thing with having games where you have multiple like playable protagonists. Like, wasn't that was like the Angel of Darkness Tomb Raider, where it's like, oh, who's this guy? He kind of has Laura's animations.
Yeah.
Also, that game was bad, but.
So 6, I'm hoping that they're gonna be like, all right, well, we screwed up the whole story, so now we can fix the whole story.
Yeah, retcon.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got in here? I put down Tales of Arise. My sister thought it was she confused it with the other game I'm gonna talk about. She thought it was Bandai Namco, From Software, and George R.R. Martin, but that's Elden Ring. That's Elden Ring with From Software and George R. R. Martin.
Now,
But
Tales of Arise is not part of the Tales series or whatever, or it is.
it is. I
Okay.
think so, at least. But I mean, I'm interested in it. The gameplay looks a lot more dynamic and intensive than previous series. Like it looks more reflex driven, I think, and it looks nice. It's probably the nicest looking Tales game ever. But I mean, I didn't really like Zestiria, and we haven't played Berseria, so like I don't know how it's gonna really go. Looks a little too. This is a weird thing to say, but like Tales of Vesperia, I think is the limit in how anime a game can look for me to enjoy it, because that game looks like super anime. It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's like you in Metal Gear with 5. It's like it's a little too anime to me. It doesn't look like. But also Symphonia is a little too anime too, because they're little chibi looking fellas. It was weird, but I mean the game looks good or interesting.
I'm trying desperately to find Tales of Arise so I could just load up the trailer real quick to look at it. Where is it?
You'll find it.
So what page
You'll
is
find
it?
it. I actually don't have it open. I have my notepad open, so I just have
Oh.
all the games I'm talking about.
Gotta be-
It is not related to Tales Sky Patrol. That's for
Tales
what, the
Sky
Game Gear?
Uh,
I
maybe.
think it's for the Game Gear. I think I played it. It's like it's like a weird Metroidvania type deal where you power up Tails. Talking about the right thing, right?
Possible. I don't know. I know nothing.
Well,
of
anyway,
Tales
while you're
Sky
looking
Patrol.
up,
I still can't find it.
while you're looking up Tails, I'll also move on to the next one, the one that we thought was the thing but wasn't. Elden Ring. That's from Software, the Dark Souls boys from Britain. They're not from Britain, but it looks they didn't show gameplay. But Miyazaki himself was like, "This is going to be the biggest game this company has worked on." So I'm like, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Next time, let's reveal the gameplay though. That'll be. And then George R. R. Martin's on there. I was like, huh? But the Game of Thrones ending was a little stinky. My favorite thing about that is there's this post where it's like George R. R. Martin got a free like beta launch testing period with the show. So now that he knows that ending won't work, he's gonna go change it in his book. So it's not that. That's funny.
Savage.
That's a funny approach to it.
But it is his story originally, so I mean, he can do whatever the heck he wants, right?
There's a point where free speech becomes you could do whatever you want, but do people have that doesn't mean people have to like it. You know what I'm saying, bro to bro?
I mean, it's still his.
It's like the Witcher author. He wanted all that. He should have known better. He should have just taken the L, but then he had to sue, CD Projekt. I forget how you say it. And he was like,
Oh yeah,
no.
so Elden Ring is the one where they're all holding that weird arm.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was all I remembered. I was
Yeah,
like, I think I saw that and I was like, all right, this is weird. Whatever. You guys
they didn't
do your
reveal
thing.
much about it, so it's like, but I mean, they have a lot of what do you call it? They have a lot of back support. It's from Software and George R. R. Martin, so it's like it could be interesting. So that's why I put it on the list anyway. Let's keep going here. Anything else you want to add? Any games?
So let's see here. Not in here that I see. No, go ahead and go to the next one.
Final Fantasy VII remake looks good.
Yeah.
Cloud
Okay.
says a bad word. Let's mosey on now.
Okay, cool. Honestly, I don't know if there's any much more I can really talk about in that game. Like that's been announced for what, 4 years now.
Yeah, a good long time.
So like I could talk about more with Final Fantasy VII remake, but realistically speaking, it's coming out. I think we're both gonna get it, and
Probably, I don't know.
They-
I
they-
actually
they-
don't know myself.
they showed. This isn't the first time they've showed gameplay in the game, is it?
I think they showed it like a couple months ago.
Yeah. So I mean,
It looks more 15 oriented than
yeah.
But I mean, it looks Midgar, man. That that comparison image of Cloud looking at the what was it the big reactor, the Mako reactor,
Yeah.
and then the remake just shows how far we've gone, and it's like, oh man, I'm getting emotional over a picture of a video game. Because there's points where you probably said this back as a kid too. Man, this game looks good. I don't know if it can get any better than this.
See, I don't know if I've ever just said that. The only time I think I've ever actually said that is when they released Galaxy, and I was like, well, what's next? What can they do?
Yeah, that's more over what I'm talking about. Like, where can they go from here? I
But
don't
like
know.
that's I feel like that's the only thing I could ever think about.
I think what do you call it? What did it for me lately? Well, I think Ori kind of looked really nice. I didn't really play much of it. It was like, wow, this game looks really nice. But I mean, that's 2D, so I mean, it has the benefit of not aliasing and all that stuff. Wait, it's not 2D, is it? Well, I think the backgrounds are 2D. Well, I don't know. It looked nice. Okay, what else was there? What else was there?
Did you watch any of the Xbox conference at all?
No, I don't have an Xbox.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
I mean, it is a reasonable reason.
All right, I'm just gonna bum rush through a bunch of these here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Forza Horizon 4, they showed off the Lego McLaren. I just want the Lego. I want a Lego kit McLaren.
Lego.
That's
Yeah, you sent me the thing that they built in large scale. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I just want the Lego kit. I don't even care about the game. I mean, I'll pick it up when it's like $2, but that's it.
Wait, there's a Lego kit? What do you mean?
I want a Lego kit. That's all I want. I want that Lego McLaren. That's all I want. Nothing else.
You can't. That's a big kit.
Not the full size car. I'm just talking about like a little one. It'd be cool. No,
like, man, I want to build my own McLaren so I can show it off in the driveway and then have it rot when it rains and snows.
They showed off the Xbox Elite Controller Series 2, which looks really solid towards better controllers for the future.
Doesn't it have modability? I thought the Elite controller.
Yeah, it's got like different sticks and stuff that you can put on there. It's got like weird different position back buttons, and it's also got setting or not settings, but different what are they called? Profiles. There we go.
Oh.
So you can switch it like between 1 profile to 2 profile to 3 profile. So like if you want to have the stick move really fast for something like Gears of War, you set it to 1. If you want it to be kind of slow pace moving, you set it to 2, etc.
Right.
So I thought that was a really nice touch that they added onto that. Yeah, I heard the controller build quality sucks, but I'm hoping that this is the Series 2 that they fixed a lot of the stupid things that were a part of the Series 1s.
I think that this is a good step forward. I think controllers do kind of need a little more accessibility options for some people, and also like having it moddable really opens the field to just having a controller feel the way you want it to feel.
Well, I think especially nowadays, like there's 2 types of controllers that we really need.
Mad Cats.
No, not Mad Cats. There's like the basic controller, and then there's the customizable advanced controller.
The Pro controller.
Yeah, and then like after that point, I feel like you might as well just go to mouse and keyboard, because really you have so many more buttons on a keyboard than you do have it on a controller for 2 hands to really just be holding in that sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think it's at some point like it's just gonna be too much for your controller to handle, and you might like. It's
like who wants the white and black buttons on the Xbox still? It's like, man, I'm really peeved they don't have that anymore.
I mean, I like those buttons a lot on where they were located there, but I mean, it's not the end of the world, I think.
Yeah.
The replacement with the bumpers on top, I think, was a much better choice than just not having them at all, I suppose.
Yeah. You got more to breeze through, boss?
Gears 5 looks cool. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. I don't know how to feel about it.
Oh yeah, you were talking to me about that.
So it's they failed the first time when they made the HD version of Age of Empires 2, which was a complete waste of money. and is completely dead now because nobody plays that crap. And Age of Empires 2, I from what I've seen, they really rebuilt the game, and it looks better. I just don't know if it's going to be great, and that's about all I can really say about it until it gets released.
Yeah.
Everybody should play RTS. RTS is fun.
There are games that I think there are like 3 ways to describe like a game that's revealed at E3. I'm not interested. I'll see if I like it on release, or I'm totally gonna get it. It sold me on it.
Yeah.
At least that's how I'm like kind of approaching most of these. Like Final Fantasy VII remake, for example. I'll see how it goes, then I'll might pick it up or not. Like a middle ground. Yeah. This is Microsoft.
I'm looking to see what else there is. Do you have anything to say about Watch Dogs? I don't have that much to say.
It was a grandma, right? That's kind of cool.
So the idea behind it is that like you can basically build who you want to have on your team.
Right.
And
the hacker man.
From my understanding, it looks like it's not really much of a. There's not really a single story per person, which I thought was kind of weird on how they're gonna do that. I mean, if they're just gonna keep it mission based only, I guess that'll work. But I kind of like the story in a sense in Watch Dogs, so.
Maybe there's like a main guy, and then everyone else is kind of like a recruitable person with their own story. I don't know.
I guess I don't know. I would have been okay too with them not some like at least having a few of those characters being not permadeaths. But I kind of like the idea of permadeath being a thing with a lot of the other characters.
Oh yeah, that's the interesting thing about the old Fire Emblems.
It's basically Watch Dogs Nuzlocke run.
That's a good way to phrase it. Oh no, Granny's dead.
Yeah, gotta release her
into heaven, where she can hack the planet or whatever. I don't know. What else we got? Anything else, boss?
Let's see what else. Final Fantasy VIII. Let's talk about that. Yeah.
I'll have that later on in the list.
Fine,
how far did you go up?
I've just been
That's
browsing through just to see what else I can find. Yeah, okay, dude, Final Fantasy VIII remaster. It's happening.
You want to see? We want to know what I put in my notes?
Triple Triad.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay.
That's the only thing I put on it.
All right.
Fair enough.
Okay, what else?
Need proof? I can send it to you. I got a snip.
So during E3, they talked about SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
Oh yeah.
I was super not excited about this only because I've never played the game.
Oh yeah. I haven't played it either. I only played the PC one, which is a completely different game. It's like a mini game collection. But like it looks nice. I think SpongeBob hasn't looked that good in a video game. Besides, where it's not.
Yeah, he's kind of had a rough patch for a little while.
Like this is the golden age of SpongeBob visually, I think. That's why he's on the.
It only took us till 2019. It almost took us two decades later to figure this out.
Where the show isn't even like popping as much as it used to be anymore. But I thought it was an interesting thing. They have online multiplayer too, which is like oh. And then Nintendo was like, hey, I guess we should do that too. Play with your friends? Oh, I never thought about that. We'll talk about that later. I do have it on the list. But I mean, that's actually the only thing to talk about on it.
Yeah, I had nothing else to talk about. It was just like,
okay, let's see.
It was like, it's just there. And all right.
Well, let's backtrack on that list a little. Because I paired up Persona 5 Royale and Dragon Quest 11S. Both were revealed earlier, but like they're still going. I don't know if I'd get these. They basically just, if you don't know what they are re-releases, but they have new story elements that happen over the base game. And they also have new characters and gameplay things. Like Persona 5 has a new team member and some more like friend social links. And Dragon Quest has a new style of playing, like you do 16-bit. And then they also added the Symphonic Suite soundtrack, which they didn't have before. So it's just like the original MIDI thing. And I was like, oh, I mean, yeah, I prefer the Symphony Suite myself, but I know there's fans who just like the MIDI. But they're both re-releases, and the big thing about Dragon Quest XI is that we're at the end, and now they're re-releasing it. It's a little too soon for these. I think Persona 4 Golden justified it by being on a different console at least. Like, wait until the PS5.
I wish I had played any Persona or Dragon Quest to know enough of what you're talking about.
Well, I'm throwing it out there. I'm just saying it.
No, it's fine. I'm actually just saying it more so like I really
I know.
want to get around to playing it. I just haven't.
Yeah, I hope we haven't like overhyped either of the series for you or anything. I think you're just kind of neutral at it. I think.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay, so well.
You guys have talked maybe every now and then about it, and it's like, yeah, Persona. Yeah, sure.
I get it. I get it.
I own Persona 3 and 4, and at some point I'll play them.
The worst part is those are they the vanilla ones? Like, do they have a subtitle or not? Because the better way to play them,
First of all, let me just say, let me look up my PlayStation 2 list because that's the versions I have. So that being said, I own Persona.
Well, there's only one version of the Persona 4 on the PS2. So, is it Persona 3 FES or Persona 3? Well, anyway, regardless, Carl, the whole thing I'm trying to say is they were re-released. So, are you going to get them?
Yeah, they're not in my backlog.
Uh-oh. Well, Persona 4, the best way to play that is probably the Vita version, Persona 4 Golden.
Okay.
Persona 4 Golden is probably the best way to play it, and then Persona 3. You have your Gambit. You could either do FES, which is still on the PS2, or you can do Persona 3 Portable, which is on the PSP.
Asking the Persona master, Troy, I told him that I had an interest in possibly playing Persona at some point. And I told him that I'd probably play the two that he gave me on PlayStation 2, which is Persona 3 FES and Persona 4.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I think FES is still...
He said, and I quote, "Do not play the Persona 3 PlayStation 2 version. It is a pile of garbage, and there's a lot of crap with that one."
Well, you have FES, so I think there's adjustments in that one that make it better than the vanilla. Like, I think... Because the problem with Persona 3, gameplay-wise at least, is... You can't control your party members. You can't tell them. You can't give them orders.
Yeah, that's what he said.
They just, yeah. And I don't know if that's fixed in FES. I don't remember. But I mean, the best way to play them is probably P3P and Persona 4 Golden, I think. Well, anyway, that's at least you're adding them to your backlog. Right?
Oh no, they were added. I forget they're called Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh, you gave them
Look, okay, to be fair, adding stuff in the backlog, it can be somewhat of a challenge because you never know what you should add them as. If I should call them just Persona 4 or Persona 3, or if I should call them
whatever
Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3 FES. I don't know. Like I've never played the game, so
But when people talk to you, do they say, "Oh yeah, have you played Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4?"
Yeah, but it's different when you're adding them in to a backlog. Like, do I file them then under S or do I put them under P? Well, I don't know. I mean, some people are really particular about that, and I try to be as particular as possible when putting them in.
Did you control F? That would have solved it then.
No, I didn't. I just went to P and.
Okay, well there we go. That would have been the true answer. Okay, well what else is there? Oh, Shenmue 3 looks rough.
I don't. Okay, so everybody's excited about Shenmue, and I've never played Shenmue 1 or 2, or even seen anything about Shenmue. So
it's to describe it, it's a very story-driven game. And it really is the predecessor to... It's not related to, but it's the predecessor to how Yakuza kind of is now. So, I mean, it did have a big impact, at least in that regard. I mean, I enjoy them, But 3 does look a little rough, and the exclusivity is not a great move, I think. At least that's my thoughts on it. Because the thing got kickstarted too. I don't remember when. It's like 3 years ago now or so, and it still kind of looks the same as like their first trailers of it. Like the models kind of look a little chunky dunk, you know, like a little dunk-a-bunk. But you know, that's Shenmue 3. It's a game that I wasn't really excited for because I don't know. I didn't think it was really gonna do it justice.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I know. I'm spitballing like you were with Halo. What else was there? No, we didn't talk about Hollow Knight, Silk Song, and Ori and the Blind Forest 2. They both look good. I haven't played either of the first ones though.
Yeah, I've never
I think
played
same with
any
Carl,
of
yeah.
those, so we had nothing to really say about them. They're just there.
Yeah, but I mean, the first ones do look interesting. I just don't I don't want to play them right now. I've stocked my shelves. What else did I put? I put Terraria's Journey's End on here. Did you watch it?
No, okay, so Terraria, I feel like it's been ruined for me many times that I've played Terraria. Like,
sorry, is it because of my symmetrical house?
no, like the problem is that every time I play Terraria, it's like I'll play for an hour and I'll go exploring and like I'll kind of know what I'm doing, and then I'll come back and it's like, oh, you have this super awesome laser sword with all these cool power-ups, and you have like 100 hearts, and it's like, oh, okay, well, glad I could be here. And it's like, oh, let's go fight the boss, and I show up and go fight the boss, and I'm dead, and then everybody's like, oh, we beat the boss.
I don't think that's how it went when we played with the even Buster. I think everyone was pretty fairly leveled.
I don't know. I don't remember having like the best of times really playing Terraria. Like every time I think.
Well,
of
then
Terraria,
we're gonna stream it.
Every time I think that and Starbound, like every time I think of it, it's like, eh.
I mean, the difference is Starbound can have a really shaky development cycle, whereas Terraria, I don't think it did have as much. I know Starbound had a big amount of drama because one of my friends was really into it. But that being said, I mean, I'm excited for the Terraria update. I mean, I haven't really played a big amount. I think I got a good amount in. When I played solo, I got to the corruption nonsense where the ground below starts to get corrupted by the purple like thingamahoosit, and you gotta like start building in the sky. And then I did that, and then I fell off for a little just because playing solo is a little lonely or very lonely. But I mean, I think I mean if we streamed it, I think it'd be fun.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I'd rather probably just stream Minecraft instead of Terraria.
Then what are we doing?
We're streaming Roller Coaster Tycoon and Strong Bad.
Oh, you're right.
So that's what I don't have to say about Terraria. You may talk about Terraria if you want, though.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
I did actually put Dragon Quest Builders 2 here because it has online, and I was like, wow, that's a good move. To make it different, add online and then make it more themed, and it seems like they did that. Looks like a big upgrade from 1. And I know you don't have anything to say about it, so let's keep going.
Yeah. Did you think it was weird that Octopath Traveler was going to put on Steam?
It is. I missed that.
It is most.
That is a weird move. That is definitely a weird move.
I guess the Nintendo exclusivity is up, and Square's like, well, we're putting it on Steam. Here we go.
Guess more people can enjoy it though.
Or maybe it's PS4. I mean, I don't remember. I think it's Steam.
Steam.
Pretty sure it's Steam.
Okay, what else I put here? I put the Saga games on here because it's so weird that
Steam.
It's getting localized now because Phantasy Star Online 2 also like, hey, we're localizing it. What? Why? So now, why didn't you do it earlier? Because money is good now. um, but I mean, I only played Romancing Saga 3 a little, and the at the time I played it, the English translation was very poor. So sometimes, because it's a story-driven game where you can like pick the character you play as and interact with other of the playable characters and have your own story, and a lot of the dialogue was in Japanese, and also had some errors. So like I couldn't really enjoy it, so I didn't get really far into it. But I mean, that now that they're localizing it, it's like, oh, that's a good move,
Hmm.
but also a little late. Any other games you want to discuss? Because I have one more, and then it's Nintendo, which we both can talk about
I don't really
to a
have
good
much
capacity.
much else other to talk about. I mean, everything's just kind of like looking through all the lists. It's like, yep, stuff.
This one I missed until I made this list. The Surge 2. I didn't even think they were making a sequel. It looked all right as a Souls-like. I do own it for free because of PS Plus. But with it being a second, I think there's room for improvement on it. Um, I remember some people were like, it's a little rough. They didn't quite, master the recipe yet. But I mean, now they've had time, so I mean, we'll see where it goes. They didn't show any gameplay though.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
All right, let's move on to the Nintendo thing. The Nintendo stuff. You go ham, Carl. There's
Uh,
Nintendo stuff.
dude, let's talk about Halo.
All right. He's in Smash. I can't believe they added Master Chief into
No,
Smash.
they didn't add the Master Chief. They just added the whole entire ring.
No, I was gonna say they added Locke. Yeah, I don't even know who Locke is. Man.
The ring just comes on and fights. It's got all these super cool, awesome abilities.
So what does it do? Just spin around, and then if you touch it, you get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, broken character, dude.
Well, it's gonna be super S tier.
Banned from tournaments. I don't think there's a character in Smash they banned from a tournament yet. At least in this one.
Well, this will be the first one.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it actually. You're a bigger fan of Luigi's Mansion than I am. I think
I guess if you want to call it that.
because you played the first one more than I have. I think.
Yeah, and I've beaten the second one too. So
I haven't even touched the second one. I just saw Chris played a little. But I was watching 3, and what sold me, well, I'm probably not, I don't know if I'm going to buy it, but what sold me of it being like, oh, big, is when Luigi starts sucking up a ghost, and then he suplexes it with the vacuum.
God.
I thought that was the coolest thing ever. He just goes, that looks so cool. Why doesn't Luigi have that in Smash? They should have made Luigi more different. That would have been killer. That would have been it.
The thing with Luigi's Mansion 3, I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but it looks better than 2.
Well, I think
the fact that it's in a hotel, it should just be called Luigi's Hotel.
It's made by the same people who worked on 2, but not 1. And is it retro? I don't remember, but it's you can tell by the music itself that it's not like the first one.
Mm. Well, the second one was nothing like the first one, really.
Yeah,
either.
they're going more in the second game's direction, I think, at least from a bystander point of view. Jeez. But it looks like a fun time. I Guigi's stupid, but I love him.
Yeah, I don't like Guigi as
Guigi.
I mean, I understand it. He sticks out a little too much.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
So if they backed him down or just, I don't know,
lowered the saturation.
Just put Nabbit in there. It would have been better.
put a
Buckenberry
Waluigi.
Yeah, there you go.
And because he's so thin, he gets slipped through the bars like Luigi. Yeah, leave it to me, Luigi. My quote unquote friend. Okay.
But I do like the online the super online. It looks like what was it 8 player
It's 8 player,
Luigi's Mansion?
right?
Yeah,
Big.
of course that's 4 switches with 2 people using each switch.
Yeah.
So
But but they had that in Dark Moon, right? There's a 4 player co-op.
yeah, I think it's gonna work the same way as the Scare Scraper.
Right. It's
So
like a dungeon thing
yeah,
in this dungeon type deal.
I never actually got a chance to play Scare Scraper at all.
You might have more of a chance if you get 3 just because of, you know.
Perhaps, yeah.
Okay, what else did I put on here? I mean, there's Smash, I know. Uh I think if I said this before, I'm just gonna make a few rectifications. Erdrick and Banjo were both heavily predicted and supposedly leaked characters.
Wait, Dragon Quest guy has a name?
So the spiky haired one is Erdrick, and the long haired one is 11. Or
11?
Hero. Yeah. Well, most characters have the name of the game, the number as their name.
So like Dragon Warrior, his name is 1.
I think so. Well, no, that's Erdrick. Wait. Oh man, I forget. Well, anyway, I thought it was I thought it was interesting, but I mean, I think I said last time it has to be like a new company, but I mean, Erdrick and Cloud are both from Square, so I mean, that's it's not a new company. But I should have said like different instead of different companies. I should have said different IPs. That probably was the better choice of wording. But I mean, that being said, though I'm not a big Banjo fan, um, both looked like great reveals. I think I really like how they did Banjos, and I bet everyone in Japan was hyped about Erdrick.
Nobody cared about Banjo over in Japan.
No, some people were. There are some reaction videos, but definitely more people enjoyed Erdrick. Luminary is his title, what they call him. I mean, you can name your character Luminary, but you know, there's no default name for him. I think. I don't think so. Gov, because they're all British. Uh, what else was I gonna say though? But did you know that people are resurfacing stories about Dragon Quest to back up its relevance for its edition? And my favorite story that I love to remember is the fact that people would just raw dog steal Dragon Quest 3 from other people on release. Like out in the streets, if you're carrying it, someone would just steal it from you because it was that big of a deal in Japan.
What?
Like
They just come up and like actually mug you?
yeah, mug you, stealing, theft.
Oh.
Like
Oh.
I don't hear that too often you know, over here. It's like, oh, Knack 2, baby, I gotta steal it.
God. Maybe like
Everybody's golf. I mean, time to go.
maybe like a Pokemon. I had a Charizard stolen from me once.
Like a toy or
No, like they were gonna upgrade. Or they were gonna do some cool things with my Charizard, and they promised they'd give it back, and they never gave it back.
oh, I see.
So
But yeah, that that story is always interesting to me because Dragon Quest 3 is really a staple in RPGs. It really did a lot, and then you know the other ones kind of just carried along with it. You know, like you know the job system. That was Dragon Quest 3.
I mean, it wasn't Final Fantasy first.
That's actually something I forgot because I thought Final Fantasy 3 was the first one to have job class changing.
I
But
thought it was 5.
well, 3 you could.
Well,
am I
and
thinking-
maybe the job system is differently identified in Final Fantasy 5 versus.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I thought it was 3 anyway. Well, okay. What else is there, boss? There's a lot.
Oh no! Just keep going down your list.
Okay.
I don't have a list, so just.
Yeah, I put No More Heroes 3. I'm probably the only one in the group that's excited for it. I mean, look at.
I own 1 and 2. I've never played them, and the only thing that every time I hear about No More Heroes, the game looks fun. At some point I'm going to play it. I just can't get over that name, man. I just
Travis Touchdown
It's-
or No More Heroes?
no, just Travis Touchdown.
His bro. Wait, I can't say that. What do you mean?
Oh, come on, it's
What, you got a problem with Xavier Longpants?
Yeah, it's almost debatably as bad as that.
You're fine with Phoenix Wright.
That's at least a little better.
But
There's just names that are stanky, okay? That's one of them.
there's a post where it's like, oh dude, this guy's name is a Phoenix Wright character, and you know what his name is? Andrew Drinkwater. And he works at the water facility. Oh man. But I've been a fan of the first two. I did not play Travis Strikes Again though. Kind of wish I did. But I'm pretty excited. I was surprised. I don't know where they're going with it because I thought that he was done being an assassin type dude.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll see where it goes. I think the game there was no gameplay shown. That was cinematic. But I think they want to show that they're going to preserve the previous entries gameplay. So that's good. All right, what else we got? I put Daemon X Machina. I'm not a big mecha guy, but I love Zone of the Enders, so I put it on there. It looks cool to me.
At some point, I'd probably like to play that. My
yeah.
only mech
Zone of the
game
Enders?
that I only actually ever owned is Armored Core.
Well, that's a solid core foundation. I don't have a lot of mecha games. My friend does though. He's really into Gundam and stuff. So
I mean, nothing like Gundam, no.
yeah, I know.
But
I'm just breezing through these last ones I got here because I don't think you have much to say though. I put Astral Chain. I can see why they didn't want to show Bayonetta 3, just because I mentioned last time I'd love to see gameplay of Bayonetta 3, but if they do that, then they're gonna detract from this new IP. I really like how the gameplay looks. It's like you go from investigation and then you fight with your police spirit, you know. But then again, it's like it looks kind of super anime. In fact, it made me think of Xenoblade, even though I haven't played any of that.
I'm watching videos on it right now, just because I did not watch any of the after
Gameplay.
Yeah, the after Treehouse stuff.
Didn't you watch the Animal Crossing one?
Oh, except that. That's the only thing I
Let's
did
talk
watch.
about the Animal Crossing one. In my notes, I just put E.
I don't know. I'm gonna buy it, sure. I don't know. I don't have anything to say about it yet.
What do you mean? It just hasn't.
You know, like I know everybody's super excited about it. I know everybody's gonna enjoy it. Like, the only thing is that like I felt like it was just New Leaf again.
I think they're showing too many things for you to justify that statement.
I suppose that's true. You're probably right.
Like, I mean, putting things outside, that's HHD, for example.
Yeah.
Making the pads, that's new. You know, 8-player co-op, that's not New Leaf. That's not Falco. That ain't Falco.
Yeah, but
Happy Feet,
what I'm saying.
Wombo Combo.
What I'm saying is that it just looked like New Leaf again. Like, I don't know. I mean, there wasn't really much change that really needs to happen.
I mean, the style is very like simplistic in that it's not highly textured, you know, all that. It's very smooth looking. So in that regard, they just went from New Leaf and then
like everybody liked the island.
Nice.
Everybody loved the island in New Leaf, and they were like, "Well, let's just make it all an island." There we go. Yeah.
If you love the island so much,
there you go. Just live on it.
Live on it. Just live on it, jerk. Go drown yourself and then come back. And then but I mean, yeah, I mean, it's good for the fans. I mean, it showed a good amount. It's still gonna be in the works, and I'm glad that they're giving it a delay. It's not that the gameplay they showed looks bad, but I think the more time they have to work on it and the more they could ease their workers, that's the good thing.
Yeah, I mean, the gameplay they showed wasn't bad at all. It's just it didn't. Wow
I just
me,
think
I guess.
there's a lot of quality of life things they're adding. I think like villagers asking you, "Should I put my house here?" And then you go, "No, you idiot! It's in front of mine." Like that's something you could do. That's something you couldn't do back then. back then, and it sucks. The way to do it is you put tiles all over the floor and designate their spot. And now you just tell them, no, move it over here. And it's like, all right, it's a tent. Okay, I'll do it.
I'm curious how they'll
Mayor.
implement the Happy Home Academy stuff this time.
Oh, the characters?
Well, no, just more so like how they're gonna rate the houses.
I'd love it to be like you have this area and then they kind
Actually,
of judge your area too.
You know what is I wish they'd get rid of it, and I think it would be better if like people just rated your house.
Like your friends, like, oh,
Not even so much
this
your
is
friends,
my
but I
house.
mean like you could have like friend ratings, or you could kind of like
Yeah.
upload it and be like, "This is my house."
You
'Cause
see, the problem with that Happy Home Academy, I think, is that they judge it on themes, and that doesn't give you a lot of leeway.
yeah,
to,
and it's just super. It never was really that great of a system all the way back, even from GameCube.
like I have a
onwards.
million points, but it's like every room is a
Yeah,
is a
I have a
bedroom.
million points, but my house doesn't look like anything how I would want my house to look.
I have a kitchen though. That's probably the only themed room in my house. Man, I wanna play New Leaf and stream it, but it's like
Too late now.
3DS capture card.
You might as well just wait
You
now.
have this too. You have this problem too, though, because there's still games you'd love to play on the 3DS to stream, right? Especially Tomodachi Life.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I'd like to do a round of Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, that'd
A Link Between Worlds. God, words.
Oh man, you know, if they do a Tomodachi Life on the Switch, that'd be kind of interesting. I wouldn't pay full price for it though. It has to be a cheaper game.
And there's a lot of games that I'd like to just actually beat on 3DS
Yeah,
at some point. God, I can't talk anymore.
yeah, it's getting a little late, but we're almost done here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think having Tomodachi Life on the Switch would be good. But then again, the benefit of on 3DS is that it's a cheaper price.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point now, it's not really any much more or less cheaper. Cartridges are generally the same size, with the cartridges being a lot more space now.
Right. I'm almost done here. I just put Super Mario Maker 2. We kind of discussed it. I'm glad that friend support is going in.
Yeah,
It's good that they're listening.
Yeah, that was a right move for them to do.
That was the save for a lot of people.
Super easy fix for them to finally get it together and be like, yeah, we understand online now.
You gonna stream it? Lion was asking us last time if we would stream it together.
If I acquire it, sure.
Okay. And then the last off, I put I think this was earlier in the thing, but E3 puts it at the end. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. My sister and I thought this was a Vanillaware game. They did Odin Sphere, but it's not. It's a completely different company. Regardless of that, though, it looks interesting. It's got like side-scrolling combat, but then after you're done with that, you go home and you farm rice. And I think you're a rice seller, I think, or something.
So it's basically Rune Factory.
Yes, I think it is, honestly. And I was like, man, this is a good theme for it too, because Rune Factory kind of has like a mostly like European kind of setting for the most part. Like there's a lot of like Western architecture looking things, but then this is like, you know, hang out in your supposedly Japanese, you know, abode, farm rice, do the big, and yeah, that's all the games I'm excited for. So I'm basically excited for like 22 games.
Yeah, there's like
No, not excited because some of them were like Shenmue. I'm not excited for that.
I feel like it was kind of just depressing. Like not even so much that E3 sucked or anything like that. It just like I went through the backlog just to see if I could add anything, and I was like, well, I've added the 4 games that I'm like I'd really want, and that's it.
What games are you really gonna get then? So you said 4 games.
It's more of if I have cash at the time and can even
Yeah, obviously.
purchase it. But I'd like to pick up Super Mario Maker 2. I'd like to pick up New Leaf at some point.
New Leaf.
God, you know what I'm talking about. New Horizons. Yeah, I mean, come on. They New Leaf, New Horizons. See, I rest my case.
I was hoping it was switched to the suburbs and it was more city oriented.
I was kind of
totally
hoping that
wrong.
too.
It seems like you make a city though now. I mean,
Going back actually on New Horizons, one more thing popped in my head.
you're gonna say Oblivion.
Shut up. I'm assuming that when you build up enough cred within your island, eventually you probably earn the status as mayor, and that's probably when Isabel shows up. That would probably be my best assumption of what happens.
It's like, oh, you need a acquaint. Oh man, what if she was like a villager though? I was like, oh, she could relax.
She's not gonna have a house on there. Let's be serious.
Yeah, I know.
Just too busy working.
Yeah, she doesn't have time for fun. I hope. So I also read that Amiibo support is back. So I mean, they're doing what do you call it? I wanna see if they're gonna add feline, because you could actually use the Monster Hunter Amiibo from Japan only though, and then you could add the Monster Hunter cat into your town. I've always wanted to do it, and if they have support, I'm gonna go pick one up too with the game. But yeah, it looks it's
Yeah.
November looks pretty stacked though. Death Stranding, Pokemon, Blue's Clues, reboot. Pretty stacked November, I think. That's the time where a lot of games are coming out. I didn't put anything about Breath of the Wild 2, and I don't think Carl did either, just because he hasn't beaten it and I haven't played it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like,
I didn't put Zelda. I mean, the Zelda looks cute though. The Awakening.
I like it, and I kind of don't like it at the same time. My biggest issue is that he moves so gosh darn slow, and I wish he'd pick up the pace.
I can see that.
Like in the original game, he moved a lot faster than that, and like just watching him just kind of slowly walk around, it's kind of like, all right.
It isn't on my high priority, but like if it gets good reviews, it's like, oh yeah, well, it's expected.
Oh, I would definitely say it's probably gonna get good reviews, but.
And I mean, like, moreover, I might get it. It's hard to say. I mean, we don't have Breath of the Wild still.
So yeah,
I think that's all I had to say about E3 though. It was I think going it at this approach now, because before I used to just watch all the conference. Now I just watch whatever I'm interested in. Which is the way you were phrasing the Microsoft thing. I skipped over a lot. Makes me feel like I'm not interested in a lot of things.
I mean, just I don't know what you watched, honestly.
Like, I don't know either.
Most people in the Discord probably watched like Nintendo only, and that's it. And
oh yeah, you're right.
So it's like, I don't know if you guys actually watched anything in Xbox, or if you I didn't watch any of Bethesda. I thought, and when I did go back to watch it, I was like, wow, this is kind of a snore fest for me. I didn't get a chance to. Did I get a chance to watch it? No, I forgot. I completely forgot EA was even a thing.
Who?
EA.
Who's that?
Yeah.
What they now was it, Sims 4, a new $50 expansion pack.
Yeah, and
I don't remember what else they did.
What did they? Oh, this new Star Wars.
FIFA.
That's what they did. New Star Wars looks good. That's
the one by the who's it? Not Respawn. I forget. I don't remember.
Not DICE.
But it's the solo one, right?
It's more of like an actual story Star Wars than.
Yeah.
Like
they have a chance. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt for now. Usually Star Wars games are pretty hit as opposed to being miss. And even Battlefront and Battlefront 2, like,
they did sell well. It just
like, well, I mean, the thing is that they just had a really rough start, and they shouldn't have had a rough start, but they did. But like after they finally got everything going, like, then I think they were really good games. It's just it took forever. Yeah. And by the time the hype died down, everybody looked at them and they're like, "All right, this is kind of an okay game now."
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, that's the end of. I think that's the end of our E3 and the end of the podcast. Well, so what are you hitting up this week? So you are doing Limbo, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do Limbo, and we're gonna do Kerbal Space Program on Wednesday, and we'll do some more Kingdom Hearts. And that's pretty much my week.
Do you know, or is it just feeling now for Roguelike Friday? is it just by like, oh well, this is what I feel like playing for that day?
The thing is that I have to set up more of those overlays and stuff.
UIs, yeah. I don't think Spelunky needs it though. Some of them don't. If there's no, the big thing is if there's no characters involved, I don't think you really need it. Unless you're gonna add achievements too, then you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it.
Like Spelunky, I think it's just fine with the death counter unless you set up goals.
Well, the thing with
you
the
don't
death
really
counter
need
is that it can't be overlaid very well on the
Yeah.
screen because it's nasty looking.
Do you also disable the death command when it's not Friday? Because Dolly just did it and your bot didn't go, huh? Oh, more death? Okay.
I don't know why it actually didn't activate, but
It'd be wise to just turn it off then, I think.
oh yeah, it is
Oh, it's
death.
deaths. I don't know. I don't remember things. Well, that's his week. My week, let's see. Monday, Mario Paint. I haven't really thought of this yet. I do want to do more Game Dev Tycoon. I'm on a roll. And then we're gonna do
wave
White Mage
games.
Wednesdays. Big wave. We're riding the big wave. Tuesday might be a small wave because we're gonna. I hope you're there, Carl. We're gonna do the music game because I got the topic.
I'll try and be there if I can.
Okay. and then Friday, Thursday, the Rune Factory, and then Friday, well, we'll see about Star Allies. We'll probably play more. It depends on my sister's availability. And then, well, I think Johnny's really itching to play something. It's just that I don't know when we can do it. But I mean, if it does happen, I'll let you know. Well, that's my week, and that's your week. No sponsors, no emails.
Yeah.
We're sponsored by Todd Howard.
No, we're not.
Fallout 76 was a great game.
Get that out
no
of there.
problems. There's no problems during the development cycle or the release of Fallout
shoot you.
76. With the actual gun or the gun?
Both.
At the same time. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, never mind. No emails. Okay. Well, thanks for shooting me. Did you shoot me yet? Hurry up, shoot me. Were you coward? Can't handle the truth? I can hear the "Oh Yeah" song, but I didn't hear the gun. Is it the same gunshot noise too? I don't know. I hate it when Carl gets silent. I get so depressed and lonely. Is the stream? No, the stream's still going on. I have the thing open. Jerk. Awful. I you thought you could pull the wool on me, but during podcasts I just opened the pagey page. Great, but that's still going to be part of the podcast.
All right, everybody, goodbye.
Thanks for tuning in. One day we should go into Chris's stream and then just go Chris and then put a bunch of ellipses at the end. Then he'll know the truth. Then he'll know how I feel when he gives me the periods. Did the stream end yet? I still have it open. It's not playing the ending song. Are you looking for the ending? What's going on here? Do you have a skit playing? What are you doing here? You have me muted? No, the thing's open. I have the thing. You're just being silent again. End the darn stream. It's 10:50. I have to take out the trash. End the stream. Bro to bro, this ain't cool.
Okay, so we're gonna continue on with E3 talk. Bye.
Why did you say Sony?
All right, goodbye.
You had to be silent. At least now I know when the game's over. Is this an extended cut of that? Is it really just... The 2-hour remix? Oh, it's still going on. What the heck? Sleeping here? You know, I talked to this man for 2 hours, and this is the respect he gives me. He streamed for 4 hours. He was the one that was late too. He's like, yeah, I have familial reasons to know this. And then they're like, yeah, I'll be there. They're using like this to talk for like 4 minutes while a loud song plays over you, so you don't hear my voice. He's not even subbed to me. What a jerk. I sub to him every month. Even though it's free, sure, but you know, if I saw every